홍지만 기자가 만났습니다.
Hi, Mr. Bartram. It's a great pleasure to see you.
And I'm very glad to see you, Mr. Hong. How are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good.
First of all, my deepest congratulations. As you know it very well, it is the very first time in Korea for a foreign journalist to become a full-time professor at any universities in Korea. How did it happen?
I traveled a lot in Asia, and I came to love Asia and the different countries and became very interested in them. And I always said I wanted to come back and work in Asia as soon as I could. So all I had to do was persuade my wife to come as well. She's joining me in a few weeks. And then I decided I would like to come back to Asia, and I had the personal contact here, and that's how I came to Iwa.
Mr. Bartram, you've been teaching undergrad students here at Ewha Women's University for the last 10 days. What's the atmosphere like in the lecture room, and how is it different from England?
In Korean universities, there is a style very much of the professor lecturing. The students listen and write down. I do it in a different way because I'm a journalist, first of all, and because I come from the West. So I do it more in a way that tries to get them involved and participate in the class. So I ask them a lot of questions. I tell them that they're there to actually think for themselves, to be able to evaluate the media and news, and I try to get them involved in the class. Now, that's something which will come with time.
Your students are all women, female students. Not many universities have all female students. Does that make you nervous?
Well, you can see a lot of pretty faces looking at you, but it's a bit more important and serious than that. I think the most important thing is not their gender, but it's their attitude to the class. I've been told that they are very bright, the students, to get here in the first place. And from my experience so far, they want to be involved. That's the most important issue.
You give lectures all in English, and English is still a foreign language here in this country. Do the students tell you if they have any problems understanding you?
Yes, I think some of them do. I know from my first classes last week that a lot of them are very nervous about their ability in English. And there are several reasons. Some have studied abroad as students, went to school there. Some of them haven't had that advantage, so their English is a bit slower. That doesn't matter. What I tell them is that what matters is how much progress they make during the term.
What do you think of Korean journalism?
That's difficult for me to answer, and I'll tell you why. The main reason, of course, is that I don't speak Korean yet. Therefore, I have no way firsthand of experiencing what the radio, the television, and the newspapers are like. So, as I'm a careful journalist, I can't give you a factual answer. All I can actually do is look at the few papers I can read in English, and there's only a couple of them, and listen to what other people tell me. So I've only been here 3 weeks. I therefore don't have any strong opinion yet.
What would be the things that a good journalist should keep in mind?
Are impartiality, integrity, the ability, obviously, to gather information, a good writer, because often people don't have all those things. And an ability, a curiosity about life, an ability to ask questions and then to ask the next question and keep on asking questions and don't give up. Now that's a mixture of just 3 or 4 things, and it takes people a long while and a lot of practice either to get those skills and to use them professionally.
I just wonder if you have a journalist that you wanted to be or respect most.
I think the job of journalists, to some extent, is not to become media stars, and so I don't see myself, if you like, as emulating one particular journalist as an individual, male or female. I think it's much more important to concentrate on the skills and the responsibilities of a journalist. It's a more serious job than that. So that's why I don't have a straight name for you as an answer.
If there's anything you would like to ask your students not to forget, what would that be?
Be true to yourself. Make sure you know your own set of personal values. This sounds like several things, but it's not. It's all connected. And make sure that you are independent. And I think the last thing is be interested in people as well. Journalism is all about people. People make news. You get good news by getting on with people. So you need people skills as well. And the last thing is, the very last thing is enjoy it. It's a great job. There are no better jobs in my opinion.
Well, Mr. Bartram, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.